What is going on, everybody? And welcome to Monday evening for the Football Smack Talk Show. I am your host, Ryan.
I'm Eric.
Welcome in, everybody, as we are inching ever closer to the NFL draft here. And it's an exciting one. We got 3 picks in the top 53. We're really kind of excited for what Howie may be able to do. I know there are a lot of needs, especially on defense, but it's exciting to kind of see where Howie might go and what the Eagles might end up adding in that first and second round, more specifically.
Yeah, and it's so funny, and I know we're going to get into a mock draft here in a few minutes, but you talk about needing help defensively. The way this shapes out, man, you could easily see 2 offensive guys get added before we even add any defense.
It's very possible. Yeah, I mean, don't think that there aren't needs on the offense, folks. Obviously, there are. We got to figure out what's happening at right guard. We have, a need for a wide receiver 3, a tight end 2. So certainly there are options. And listen, would I be sad if the Eagles ended up going offense for the first 3 picks? Not if they make the right ones. There are players that can come in and fill those roles and become starters and impact players right away.
Absolutely. I mean, look, we could rattle off a couple names right now of guys who you think the Eagles could add to help make this offense even more dangerous than what it already is.
Yeah, no, definitely. Real quick, let's get to a few comments. Dives checking in at Mr. Crockpot. Let's go. Of course, our good buddy Daniel checking in as well. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're listening from. Only 11 more days until Edgerrin Cooper's in Midnight Green. Please let that happen because I would be so friggin' happy. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it's funny. We've been going over like list of our favorite players or list of like possible players to be had at round 1 and round 2. It keeps coming back for me to Edgerrin Cooper. He seems to be one of my favorites for sure. What up, Pat? Checking in. Yeah. So listen, not only are we super excited about the draft and all of that. But we do have our draft shows coming up. It's a live draft show on Edge of Philly Sports. We're going to be live streaming the draft Thursday night at 7, Friday night, and then also a Saturday edition of the show. We'll think a couple people will be kind of swimming in and out as it's a long day. I will not be doing that. But you will see me at least on Thursday night. But yeah, it's real exciting to kind of watch the draft, and I think what's most important, it's not going to be just an Eagles centric thing. It's
Right.
It's going to be about the pick that's up and the team needs and etc. And there'll be we'll be doing draft trivia. There'll be prizes and other fun stuff. A lot of interacting with the people. So if you want to kind of add us to your draft watch party, please do so at Edge of Philly Sports. And if you're not already signed up, logged in, subscribed, liked, followed, whatever it says on YouTube for Edge of Philly Sports,
follow. Yes.
Blindly hit those buttons, folks, please. Yeah. But yeah, so we're actually going to be doing just a 4 round mock draft for the Birds, and we're kind of do one together, and we'll kind of do what our consensus is, and who knows, maybe we might fight to the death over a pick.
I'm all in favor of fighting to the death over a pick. I think, like, if I'm going to go, that's the way I want to go.
That's the way to go. I fought hard for my guy. I unfortunately succumbed to my injuries. Rest in peace.
Yeah. In fact, I want that to be my eulogy, that Eric fought hard for his guy, and that's what brought us here.
Okay. Well, Yeah, we can do that. That'll be. I'll say all those kind words to you, for
Thank
sure. Ryan, we definitely need to get one more. Sorry. Dueling mock draft before next week. Absolutely. If at least one, if not more. But yeah, so also before we get into that, we do have some news to discuss. Our good buddy Devontae Smith just got an extension through 2028. So it looks like it was about 25 mil per.
Yes, Skinny Batman's going to be able to eat.
Yeah, I sure will be. But I was a little worried prior that he was, if he was going to make more money than AJ, then we might have an AJ problem. But
Right.
I think we're going to be okay when it comes to that. And just because we now have locked up two number one wide receivers, let's be honest,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
that doesn't mean that we might not go wide receiver round one or round two.
Wide receiver factory.
Why not?
Listen, hey, I'm here for it.
We added, a couple of a couple of nice pieces. For wide receiver 4, wide receiver 5, Devontae Parker and Paris Campbell. Those guys can kind of fight it out for who's going to be wide receiver 4.
That could be a fight to the death. There you go.
Yeah, listen.
Although I want whoever to lose to survive and still be wide receiver 5.
Right. Yeah. So maybe not to the death is what you're saying?
Yeah. Near death.
Near death experiences.
Yes.
Okay. Got it. Yeah. So I will say, please don't freak out if they go wide receiver that early. It's very possible. Dives, what are the odds the Eagles stay at 22? Like 10%? Yeah, considering how he has traded up 4 out of the last 5 years, I would say the likelihood is probably less than 10%. But
yeah, and Dives, you're speaking my language with the trade back. But I love getting me some draft capital.
Well, see, this is the thing: is he's moved up the last couple of times.
I know.
It's very possible that he could be going up to get a guy, maybe like a Quinyon Mitchell, Terrion Arnold, or like a guy, Laiatu Latu, who is meeting with the Eagles tomorrow officially. So it's good that the Eagles are getting out there and, getting these guys in here. So,
if there's an opportunity to take a pass rusher, the Eagles are going to take him.
Well, that's also very true. They absolutely love taking linemen. My only problem is I'm just a little scared that they may take the wrong lineman and go for an offensive tackle.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, we will get into our mock draft in just a sec. Dives apparently says the Eagles are 1,000% selecting Latu if he's
absolutely. Yeah.
Well,
I agree with that.
I don't know. I mean, you might be right. It really does depend on who kind of is in that or within striking distance, I would say.
Right.
If one of those corners that I mentioned falls a little bit, if
like Mitchell or
right, Terrion Arnold. If one of those guys slips a bit and maybe falls into 15, 16, 17 range, how he'll pounce, absolutely pounce at it.
And I think at least one of those guys are going to be there at like that 14, 15, 16 range.
Honestly, I don't even know. I think they may go.
Well, I mean, I can't say for sure, but like I'm just thinking, like, so like, and we'll get into it, I guess, in a minute. Where like, because really, that top 10, I feel like is going to be almost all offense. And I mean, maybe like Dallas Turner at like
somebody might sneak in for sure, but. Dan checks in from Facebook. Well, I hope he moves from 22 because his mid-round picks suck. Okay.
All right.
Um, honestly, I think he does pretty good with day 2 picks.
Yeah,
So I guess if we're talking maybe like 4,
I
5,
think
6.
he's talking like middle of the first round, like when they picked
Uh,
later.
mid round. Well, yes, you are right on that one. If you look at the history since 2012, maybe 2010, I forget how far back. When he has a pick that's between 14 or 15
Mm-hmm.
to 30, he's abysmal.
Yeah.
Absolutely abysmal. And obviously, we're right in that range. And,
Yeah.
you know,
So would you advise then just trading out of the first round entirely if you can't use
either that or go up to 13.
Yeah.
So yeah, listen, it's nothing pretty. I disagree with Dan. Eagles are usually pretty good at drafting mid-teens and earlier. The Eagles are terrible at drafting in the 20s.
Yeah, and I think that's Stan's point is that in the 20s they've been abysmal. Yeah.
Well, I mean, listen, I forget this the stat, man. I might have tweeted it out
Although
even.
I'd love to see every NFL GM's hit rate in between, let's
Oh
say,
well,
16
yeah,
and
right.
24.
I'm sure you could take every GM
Yeah.
and do something like that. Oh well, between 21 and 24, they've been terrible.
Like how many years did the Ravens take a wide receiver in like the 20s and every year they were god awful?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I don't know if yeah, maybe I didn't tweet it out. Darn it. Oh well. But yes, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, here he's gonna name him. Danny Watkins. Oh God, Smith. Dillard.
I
Arnett.
want to be in a good mood tonight. And then we got to bring up these
All right.
guys.
This is what happens. But we set ourselves up for this. We
Yeah, we
set
did.
ourselves up for this, and people just come in and just want to, you know, bring
Just
us
want to
down.
ruin my night. Yeah.
Right. Well, listen, I got. Oh wait, here it is. Okay, 2011, Danny Watkins, number 23.
Ugh.
2014,
Great fireman.
Marcus Smith, number 26. 2015, Nelson Aguilar, number 20. No, 2017, Derek Barnett, number 14. In 2019, Andre Dillard at 22. 2020, Jalen Rager at 21. And finally, 2023, somebody's even put Nolan Smith at number 30, which is more he didn't play.
All right. I think that's a little premature.
But to whomever's defense, I still think it's valid because why are you going to draft somebody in the first round and not friggin' play them? Makes zero sense.
I mean, that seems to be the consensus with those saying that, oh, we're going to go offensive tackle in the first round. To me,
Which is stupid.
I agree with you.
It's absolutely stupid. What up, Q? Boo, let Nolan Smith play. He's not a bust.
Yeah, I want Nolan Smith to play too.
Right. I think he's going to be relied upon to have a great year. I think you look at this defense, Nolan Smith is going to get a big uptick in snaps, and he's going to really need to be relied upon to kind of soften the blow of losing Hassan Reddick.
Yeah,
essentially,
absolutely.
I'm not saying it's on him. I'm just saying he's going to need to help with that.
No, but when you talk about the allotment of snaps, who's picking up those snaps? Nolan Smith's going to be one of them.
And you have the second tier of Georgia guys, the Jordan Davis, and then Nakobe Dean, the guys who we were like, well, these guys need to step up last year.
Yeah,
they didn't really. Jordan Smith or Jordan Davis had some plays here and there, but again,
the consistency,
was consistent, and he faded at the end. People were calling him fat, and et cetera, et cetera. And Dean got hurt, but this might be the last year for both of them. Well, definitely Dean, I would assume, to show and prove that he's an NFL player on this Philadelphia Eagles team. So the three of those guys are going to need to step up if the Eagles are going to make some noise for sure. Loving the yeah. You guys talk amongst yourselves in the
Yeah,
chat.
seriously, don't let us bother you.
Yeah. No, I'm kidding. All right, let's get to this mock draft where we are going to come to a consensus pick, whether it kills us or not. So let's bring it up. Yeah, we're gonna have.
I'm kind of here for it. I'm kind of here for the killing. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to switch up our little thingy majiggy here.
Okay. Yeah.
There we go. We'll just tick that off.
Yeah.
All right. So we have 4 rounds all set for the birds. I put it on slightly fast, but not turbo, so we can, if we need to move up. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna move it to like here. No, here. So that way, because of the first round, just in case we need to move up.
Sure.
And if at any point you want me to stop it, yell it, and I'll stop it. So let's get into this, folks, and see what we have here. Man, I love it. They're still just talking in the chat. Yes, Dan, I did mention Aguilar, but yes, you were 100% right. The proof is in the shitty pudding, so to speak.
Yeah, it's some shitty pudding. Yeah,
shitty pudding. All right, let's start this bad boy up. Eric, you tell me. You're seeing everything. You tell me when I need to stop. If you want.
Yeah, I'm just seeing the picks happen. I can't really read them, but that's just my crappy eyes.
Okay, well, never mind. We're on pick 22.
Okay.
So right before us, number 21, Laiatu Latu went. Byron Murphy went at 19. Terry Arnold to 17. Oh, actually, Oli Fashanu to 16. Listen, him or Alt, which I don't suspect either one of them going that far. If they were ever to get that far, I might pull the trigger and move up. But
where does Joe Alt go? Is it? I'm assuming 5 to.
No, he lasted until the Bears. So the Bears got Caleb Williams and Joe Alt. That's a nice haul.
Good for them. That's awesome.
Good for them. Washington went with Jaden Daniels, JJ McCarthy to the Patriots.
Oh, so they got rid of Mac Jones for Mac Jones Light. Cool.
Wow. That is harsh but true.
Okay. Just saying.
The Jets went ahead and got Brock Bowers. All right. So who we have on the clock, or what we have on now that we are on the clock. Johnny Newton, the D tackle from Illinois, Cooper DeJean, Nate Wiggins, Kool-Aid McKinstry, Jackson Powers Johnson, Grant Barton, Tyler Newman, Peyton Wilson, Adonai Mitchell, Ladd McConkey, just to name a few. But we do have 10 potential trade options.
Okay, yeah. Who's making some deals? Because I know there are 2 guys that I like in this spot. I know one of them you will not like, and that is the Coop DeJean.
Cooper DeJean?
DeJean, yeah.
It's not Grey Poupon. DeJean.
Well, I wanted to make a play on the Grey Poupon. I didn't nail it there, but DeJean and Jackson Powers Johnson is my other one.
Okay, so why don't we see what we have available in trade?
Right.
Okay. So looks like we have the Lions at 29, the Ravens at 30, the Niners at 31, the Chiefs at 32. Then we got a couple of 36, 37, 38. Then it starts to get pretty low.
Yeah.
So do you want to see maybe what we could get out of the Lions, trade back to 29 and see what remains?
I could be on board with that. What are they offering us?
Well, they're not technically offering. We have to make the trade.
Okay.
So I would at least want 61.
Okay.
To trade back. They say that's a 33% chance of being accepted. Considering that we're only doing a 4-round mock, we might as well throw in, a picker or so.
Sure, throw in a fifth or something.
All right, so right now we have a 38% chance. All right, I'm gonna switch that to one there's going 46. All right, accepted. So we traded 22 and 172, which was
Okay.
a comp pick, for 29 and 61. So
Okay.
this way, there are a couple of guys we still like. We can kind of gauge things from the back end. Wiggins, Guyton, DeJean, Barton. Okay, Xavier Worthy went. Yikes. All right, so who we have? McKinstry, Jackson Powers Johnson, Tyler Newber, Peyton Wilson, Adonai Mitchell, and Zach Frazier, Ladd, McConkey, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, do we want to live in fantasy world and take Peyton Wilson?
No, even I couldn't do it.
Okay.
Even I can't do this.
You got to. To me, this has got to be Jackson Powers Johnson.
So just to throw this out there.
Okay. No, I'm listening.
The Chiefs at 32.
Yeah.
The Chargers at 37. And the Raiders at 44 are offering potential trade backs again. So, you do love you some picks. And
I do love me some picks.
All right, considering that we would have to wait 3 picks to get either a Kool-Aid or a Jackson Powers Johnson.
Yeah.
I think that might be worth the risk of.
Yeah, to me, it's like 3 picks, and there's 2 guys that I love in this spot. So yeah, I'd be willing to do that and hope that one of them falls to me in 3 picks.
All right, so not looking great for the 64th pick, but we may be able to get the 95th pick.
Okay.
I want to say an extra 4th.
Okay.
So we'll go 32, 95, and their 4th for our 29th.
Okay.
45% chance of being accepted. And if we can always move this to a 5th round if they are stingy bitches. They are not stingy bitches.
All right.
Okay. So let's just hope that one of the guys that we were looking at falls to us, and looks like our top 4 are still there.
Yes. All right.
Robinson, Jordan Morgan, and TJ Tampa all went. So we are sitting here at the 32nd pick on the draft. We added 61 and 95.
Yeah, I like it.
I'm liking it, and I think we can still go ahead and get our starting right guard.
Yes.
For the next 10 years.
I completely agree. The foundation of this team is building that offensive line. And like that is the one group, what Jim Harbaugh said. Yeah, it's the one group that is completely independent of anybody else. Nobody else has to be good for them to be good, and everybody else counts on them to be good so that they can be good.
Yeah. So everybody was asking for us to trade back. And looks like blah, blah, blah. JPJ gets taken. I'll be throwing tables. This is so unrealistic. You never know, Dives. I mean, yes, 2 trade backs, a little unrealistic. But more of the fact that JPJ, Jackson Powers Johnson, might be there at 32.
That's not realistic at all. But
I mean, it's possible. I mean,
I'm loving it. Let's go with it.
I'm loving it. Let's effing go. Now here we go. Leggett. I feel like Leggett, who I absolutely love, is going high in drafts. And all right, let's see. Did any of my favorite players get taken? Kamari Lassiter, I really do like.
Yeah.
Peyton Wilson, of course. Kool-Aid, of course. And Leggett, and Rakestraw is another good one too. All right, so I know exactly. Listen, there's about 5 people that I can see are available, or that I know that are available.
Yeah,
I should say, that I really would love to take. But again, this is a consensus. So
yeah,
Eric. Also, just to throw this out there, the Ravens at 62 and the Bengals at 80 are wanting to trade back with us.
Okay.
I say F that. We've done enough trade backs.
I agree.
So I'm going to give you my top 5 choices for this pick.
Yeah.
Tyler Newman,
Okay.
safety. JT Sanders, my boy.
You know I love me some JT Sanders.
I know you do.
It's gonna be hard for you to talk me off that one, but I'll give you an opportunity.
Okay. Keon Coleman, wide receiver, Florida State.
I like him a lot too.
Edgerrin Cooper, linebacker, Texas A&M. And who else should I throw in there? Max Brown's pretty good too. No, I'll stick with those 4. Now remember, we also have 53, so that way theoretically we should be able to get 2 of these guys.
Yeah.
So
well, to me, there are 2 guys who, and we've been saying it for about 6 or 8 weeks. JT Sanders, Edgerrin Cooper.
You're absolutely right, but I will argue with you here.
Sure.
And say that Tyler Newman, at least for this mock draft, the fallback is absolutely real, and I would go ape bananas if he was sitting there at pick 50. And as much as I love Coop, and I still think we'll be able to get Coop at 53. And as much as I love my boy JT Sanders, you know I love my boy JT. I just think an ideal world, it would be Newman and Cooper for those 2 picks.
Okay.
And then JT would be the first option should,
one of those.
Right. That's my 2 cents.
Okay. Well, look, if you're pounding the table for Newman, then I will defer to you here. Welcome to the Philadelphia Eagles, Tyler Newman.
All right, and let's pray to God that Sanders and Cooper doesn't get picked. Although, again, there are certainly other options here, but yeah, they're both there. Oh, God.
All right.
Okay.
It's happening.
It's happening. What do we do? Wait.
Okay.
Wait. All right.
Yeah.
Can I throw something out there?
Chilling in the trust tree.
Yeah. We're in the nest.
Yeah.
I take a risk here.
Okay.
And say, just given this mock draft.
Sure.
And just given the, whatever. Can I take a chance and draft JT Sanders here? Take pick 61 and immediately pause the draft and try to trade up to like 55, 56, 57, whatever, somewhere in this area here. And then steal
Coop.
I'm
here for it. Yeah.
Do I risk it for the biscuit?
I think you have to. Like, this is one of those points in time. This is one of those moments in your life where you have to say, am I a baller?
Should I trade up with, let's see, does anybody? Yeah, they need a linebacker. They need a linebacker. Shit. Should I just say screw it and just trade with the Browns? And so I got 53.
And just make sure you get
sure that there's no chance of this happening.
Hey, keep the main thing the main thing. That's what you want. That's your dude. Let's make this happen. Let's make dreams come true here tonight.
All right, so let's throw that 4th round. Oh shit, no, let's throw a 5th round at him.
Okay.
To move up 7 spots. Or do we try a 6th round and be cheap bitches?
I mean, we could try it.
All right. Hey, it worked.
Yes. All right, we're doing it. We're doing it, guys. We're doing it.
We're getting it. All right, so in honor of you, I will draft JT first.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Absolutely. So we're going to draft JT Sanders, and then we're going to go down here.
And we're going to get on NFLshop.com ordering my JT Sanders.
Immediately. Yes. So actually, I would be getting all 3 jerseys so far.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'm obviously going to get the fourth one here in Edgerrin Cooper. And listen, it only costs
What a
us
day,
6
man.
pounds. Yeah. Well, listen, we traded back twice, a little unrealistic, yes, but we got enough kind of capital to be able to maneuver a little bit, hit up some two offensive needs, our two biggest offensive needs, and our two biggest defensive needs. Now we're on the clock, and listen, I know what people are going to say.
Okay.
You know, we definitely could use a wide receiver. We definitely could use, you know, bunch of people. So let's look at. I'm going to look at wide receivers. Oh, there it is. So honestly, these guys aren't really, not really loving it.
Right.
CCB.
I like Rice, but like,
Yeah.
not worth counting the table for right now.
Yeah, and I like Green as a corner.
Sure.
I like Abrams, Drain. I like Brownlee.
I'm assuming Trout Jr. is gone.
Oh, yeah, to Cleveland at 85. That, yeah. Could you imagine?
I mean, that would have been insane.
That would have been absolutely insane. So, so can I suggest to do something that I think is insane, but I think
Look, the more insane, the better. We're already having a hell of a night. Look, we could pack it in right now and be good with this.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. What gives a pick its value?
That's a great question.
And if the pick is an earlier round and somebody wants to pick in that round, they give up later picks for the right to pick in that earlier round. Yeah, so basically, first and foremost, I will say in any trade, it's all the value is all in what somebody's willing to pay. Plain and simple. So if you want the number one pick, it's worth as much as you're willing to give up for it.
Yeah.
And what that team is willing to accept. Now, yes, there is many, but there is a kind of a built-in value scale of like all the picks, what they're worth, you know, as far as if you're going to maneuver just picks, and obviously you can throw players in there and that affects everything. But there is, yes, thank you. Trade calculator is what I was trying to say. Dives here says Google NFL Draft trade calculator. All the values for each pick are there. And yeah, it's kind of just an accepted value system. Now, not everybody goes by it. Obviously, it's not like, you know, Howie's sitting there going like, oh, this is worth 1,300 points. I can do this much, you know. But I will say,
I kind of hope he is, though.
No, it's all in his head, man.
Yeah.
How he don't write shit down. How he don't write shit. He knows shit. So listen, I am gonna get crazy here because while we theoretically did sign a safety in
CJGJ,
bringing back CJGJ, and we did just draft Tyler Nubin. I kind of see, or at least I would love the ability to kind of have CJGJ be just a free player. No position. You just go out there and you just do.
We've heard positionless basketball. This is positionless football?
Absolutely. Positionless football. I want him to go out there, play the slot, play safety, play linebacker. I don't care. Play edge, rush the passer. Whatever you want to do, CJGJ. But I love the fact that we added Nubin. I don't consider CJGJ a safety in my eyes. He's more of just a whatever. So therefore, I still would love to get another safety. And one of my favorite safeties is on the board there, and he has fallen quite a bit due to his bad scouting combine. Just, you know, again, tanked it. It happens. It sucks. But given that his RAS score was super low, but you know, you watch the film on this guy and you see the athleticism that he's got there. He's got the intelligence of knowing where to be and how aggressive to be, and he's a decent tackler as
Yeah.
well. I am going to go with Cameron Kitchens in a steal because again, I think he's fallen. This was a guy that I was considering, in a few like a month or so ago, maybe even 2 months, as a
Mhm.
first round pick.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And you'll be able to get him in the what are we in the 90s here?
Yeah.
Yeah, 95.
Yeah.
So,
So we're in round 3. I mean, yeah.
so I think just given the fact that I'm not in love with any of these wide receivers. That's my next kind of biggest need.
Mhm.
Obviously, a corner would be great. Again, not necessarily in love with them. And listen, I like Vaki. I like Kalen. I really like Kalen Bullock as far as safeties go. I thought there was another one I saw. Uh, oh yeah, Tyke Smith, Cole Bishop.
Oh,
Again,
yeah.
all really, really good guys that I really do like.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
just think the boomer bust, this guy could be something special. And listen, he may fizzle out. And I think that's okay
What
with
you're asking him to do, like, if that happens, it's okay if he fizzles out, if it doesn't work.
well,
Like, take your
listen, you
swing
also
because if it
you
works
have
out, he's a
right,
big
you
time
have Reed
player.
Blankenship, you have Tyler Newman, you have
Yeah.
CJ, and you would have this guy that would be one of your weakest positions last year outside of linebacker and make it one of your
Mhm.
strengths. So I can't miss the opportunity to do that. And considering, you know, listen, if somebody like, you know, oh, okay, well, I got plans for that too. But listen, if like Trot was there, all right,
Sure.
I would take Trot. Not gonna lie, the
Yeah.
everything to do with that screams awesome. And listen, if we didn't have a center, Van Pran would have been, or a center guard, Van Pran would have been a nice
Yeah.
pickup as well. Oh, there goes Leonard Taylor. That would have been a guy I would have loved to have. And listen, I think if we didn't have Barkley, Estime would have been a great selection. And if we didn't have, oh, man, I still may want to do this. I still think right here, Cooper Beebe is a second rounder.
Oh my god,
He's
yeah. That's a
and
steal.
well, that's the thing. It's every draft. They haven't
Mhm.
updated his value, I guess.
Okay.
So I feel bad for taking it, but it is his average draft position is right at 120 where we're at. Um, so it's kind of funny. There's Kamal Hayden, who I really like, but I think Benson again. If we didn't take a tight end, he'd be a really great get.
Now,
Garendo,
I just want to ask you a question on I got not even really for this pick, but like what is your thoughts on like Will Shipley? Like I think he's a good third down back. Would be a guy like I wouldn't mind in like the later rounds seeing the Eagles go out and get.
yeah. Listen, I think I have my guys that I like better than Will Shipley.
Mhm.
Uh, I don't necessarily think he's bad. And listen, if that means no more,
Yeah, to me that means you jettison Kenny Gainwell.
right, and then I'm definitely all for it. So
I
don't get me wrong.
thought I might be able to get you with that one.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with Cedric Gray here. That's my choice. You
Yeah.
can go another way, but again, adding another linebacker to that room, I think is
Like you've
dire.
been well behaved. You passed on linebackers when I know you didn't want to. So I'll like to have this one.
I appreciate it. I think Gray at this
I
position,
think it's a fantastic pick. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I think PFF's probably going to shit can it, but I don't really care. I got two safeties. I got two linebackers. I got a starting right guard. I got a tight end two that'll eventually be tight end one.
Yeah, I
I
think
don't,
we've nailed this draft.
yeah, I don't really care what you say. And honestly, people are probably, I don't know, if people are talking. I know they were in the first early picks, but let's see. What did they give us here? Oh, look at that. See, I told you that Newman pick, A plus.
Yeah.
Look at that. And hey, an absolute powerhouse of 4 rounds, getting 6 players.
Yeah.
Moving back twice, which again is a little
It's not
unrealistic, but hey,
realistic, but yeah.
it's not like it's never happened.
Sure.
So we gave up a 5th, got a 2nd to move back 7, and we took that, moved back 3, and got a 3rd and a 4th out of it. Took that 4th, or no, we took the 6th and moved up. We moved back twice, we moved up, so that way we can get JT Sanders, Edgerrin Cooper, along with Newman, Jackson Powers Johnson. So basically, we just got one.
I think that's an incredible draft.
I mean, listen,
Sign me up. I'm good with that for next Thursday.
I mean, if you're going to tell me out of the first 120 picks, this is going to be our haul.
Whew.
Sign Howie up for president of the United States. I'm voting for him right now.
You've seen some of these candidates. I'd vote for him right now anyway.
Wow. Shit, Eric, I'd vote for you, unfortunately.
I know, right?
But man, yeah, I like this one. I think this is one of those I'm going to have to cut and throw on Twitter.
I think that's a good one. I think we had,
what the people think, but I still think this is a pretty awesome job. And again, it's going off of PFF. Again, I could have taken Cooper Beebe. And I think if I had not taken Jackson Powers Johnson, I think maybe if Latu was there, I would have taken him.
Yeah.
And then instead of Cedric Gray, taking Cooper Beebe. That would have been nice. Listen, sometimes the board doesn't fall the way you want it. I would have loved to get an edge in the first round. I would have loved to get an interior defensive lineman at some point in the first couple of rounds here. Didn't really work out the way I wanted it. And listen, for the second round, it's really hard for me to not fall in love with half of these guys. So I can't help it. But yeah, this was like a my guys kind of draft, honestly.
Yeah.
So I think we absolutely killed it. So let us know what you think. I'll post it up on Twitter. You guys can let us know, show your love. But yes, listen, I will say, and I know I've been talking a lot. We do have a few ads we got to go through. I'll run one now.
Pay some bills.
Yeah, pay some bills. But this is the best site for traveling to your favorite Philadelphia teams. And that's Philly Sports Trips.
If you're a Philly sports fan and you want to travel with your favorite team, then travel with the best. If you want to travel with the pros, then go to phillysportstrips.com. Philly Sports Trips features premium travel and tailgating experiences for the best fans, ever, the Philadelphia sports fan. Philly Sports Trips has self-travel packages and full travel packages available with round-trip flights for Phillies, Eagles, Flyers, Sixers, and even the Union. They even offer day trips for more local games. Go to phillysportstrips.com, sign up immediately, and tell them EOP sent you. Do not forget, Philly Sports Trips has all the away trips for the Eagles' upcoming 2024 season, including the Brazil trip week 1. Jump on it now before you lose out on all these great opportunities. Go to phillysportstrips.com and don't miss the next great Philly sports moment.
So there you go. Philly Sports Trips. Eric and I have traveled with them multiple times. Went out to Arizona. We've been down to Washington. We've been out to New York. We'll be going on to another trip this year, hopefully.
Yeah.
There's a couple of good ones. Honestly, I think we have. Depends on if we're going to do a short trip or a long trip.
Right.
I think a long trip ideally is New Orleans, just because I love that city and I had the best time the 2 times I've been there. So I would love to go back again, especially.
I was there for a weekend one time. It was pretty intense.
Oh my God, it's insane. Yeah. Or the short trip would be a great to go down to Baltimore. I love Baltimore. Yeah. Ravens are a good team. They certainly got a lot of nice players. think it would just be a great game, great experience, and to kind of party down there at the Inner Harbor area.
Go to Pickles. It's right there by Camden Yards. It's a fantastic bar.
Yep.
Yeah.
So definitely looking forward to those. And then one last thing before we get to the next topic. And well, listen, what if you need tickets to a game? Where are you gonna go? You gonna go StubHub?
Gonna pay.
Yeah, you're gonna pay some money. We got the solution for you.
Great moments don't just happen, they happen with you in the crowd. Sherry'sTickets.com is easy to use and has no hidden fees. The price you see is the price you pay. Pay less, play more with Sherry'sTickets.com and get the tickets you want. Save even more by using the exclusive promo code EOP10 and share an experience that will live on. Don't pay hidden fees and save 10%. Why use any other ticket reseller and get those hard to come by tickets to the big game? If you need a more personal touch, give them a call at 610-494-5050. Sherry'sTickets.com also has great theater and concert tickets that are hard to get your hands on. Remember, don't overpay with the rest and save with the best at Sherry'sTickets.com. For that next great moment, save 10% by using the promo code EOP10. Great moments start at Sherry'sTickets.com.
There you go. So you're all covered now. You want to travel? You just Philly sports trips. You want to stay local and get some ticks? Chevy's Tickets. Nice, easy. 1, 2, 3. All right, Eric. Well, we have finished our wonderful mock draft, to which we absolutely killed it.
Oh yeah, we crushed it. Yeah,
absolutely. So we do a round table, not to be confused with the Birds of the Round Table on Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock.
No gimmick infringement here. Yeah,
right. We have been doing 3 round tables, off-season round tables, for the past God knows how long we've been doing this.
It's been a minute. Yeah,
it's been a while. So in saying that, we have already done our free agency preview. We now are about to do our draft preview. So that's going to come up this weekend. We're still trying to figure out time, location, all that, but we will bring that to you, and we'll be bringing that live on the Edge of Philly Sports. Just kind of getting you ready for the draft, honestly.
Should we do like a schedule release special when that comes out, or do you want to just stick to our big 3?
I mean, we can do whatever we want. We don't have to call it a part of the 3. We can just do one, right?
Yeah, I guess we could. Yeah, just come on, do a special about the schedule. Yeah.
But yeah, so join us this weekend. We kind of figure out what's going to work best for us. We were trying to do it Sunday at a special location, but I don't think that's going to happen anymore.
Yeah. I know.
That's what happens when you have to rely on other people.
Yeah.
But we'll figure it out. We'll bring it to you. And then, of course, we'll have another show next Monday before the draft, bringing you any last-minute updates or anything to discuss.
Maybe we'll share some special draft stories or something. So.
Yeah, we can definitely do that. We definitely got a million. So, and then, of course, 11 days, as Dives mentioned earlier, till Thursday at 7 o'clock, we are doing a live watch party with the folks of Edge of Philly Sports, doing live analysis, live coverage, instant reactions. If you are on Twitter, please make sure you're following Edge of Philly Sports. You can go on there and you can check out, and I have retweeted it myself, so you can also go right here, that we did a full draft guide. We have links to player profiles that we've done. We all have a big board, so you can look at all of our rankings for all of the top 100 plus players, where we rank each. There's it's Dives, it's Shane Half, it's myself, it's David, who the 4 of us are Birds of the Round Table hosts. And then, of course, Mark Henry Jr. As well. So he kind of has his player comps in there as well. So it's a lot of great information, links to anything and everything you could possibly need. So you can download that draft guide from X right here because I have retweeted it, or at the Edge of Philly Sports X as well, Twitter or whatever the hell we're doing. But yeah, so check that out. And then, of course, 7:00 next Thursday, we're going to be going live. It's going to be amazing.
Is that when the draft starts, or is it at 8?
I think it starts at 8. So we're going to start at 7. And then we're just going to kind of roll right through the whole evening.
Nice.
Do it again Friday. May have some people coming through throughout. And then Saturday, it's just kind of be a free-for-all. People are coming in and out, maybe pop in for an hour here or there. It's a long day. So
Sure.
not as long as it used to be, obviously.
Oh, you remember some of those days? I mean, I remember them fondly. I just always think of, sitting in my parents' basement, me and you ordering a pizza and just, killing the pizza, killing a bunch of beers. And of course, I remember before the draft started, you and I going over and watching Nicholas's Little League game.
Oh my God. Right at
third, it's yours.
Right. Yeah. Right at that was 252, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like less than a mile from the house.
Yeah.
We go stumbling over there, and Nicholas is on second. And this is when you couldn't take leads. You couldn't move before the ball crossed home plate.
Right.
And he was standing on first, and then the wild pitch, he advances to second, and you right away go, take third, it's yours. The next pitch, a perfect, I might have even been called a strike.
Probably was.
And he just takes off for a third.
Everybody looks
throw
at me,
down there. A good throw, and he's dead to rights.
Right. Yes. Thank God it was a little off. He was able to get in there, but listen, big risk.
Him in so much trouble.
Big risk, big rewards. And that's what Howie's going to be doing.
Yeah.
On Thursday, taking some big risks, getting some big rewards because this team needs help. And we cannot think like the old ways of thinking 2-3 years down the road. We need to think about now. And we need to fix
we need players.
We need impact players those first 3 picks for sure.
Well, if you think about it, the whole offseason, this has kind of been a departure from the norm. The Eagles, who never wanted to pay a running back, all of a sudden to go sign Saquon.
Yeah.
Could this be a time where all of a sudden, like, hey, they never draft a linebacker, especially, well, probably not first round, but second round, Edgerrin Cooper sitting there. Why not?
Yeah.
I could see that, like, the Eagles could be parting with some of their old norms. I mean, you had 2 safeties go in this draft to the Eagles.
I sure did.
And I mean, that's not something the Eagles typically would have done.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
Now, granted, we don't actually represent the Eagles. We should. I mean, like Dodd said, move over, Howie.
Right. Listen, I'll no move over, Howie. Just move over. Just
scooch over so you can sit there with him.
Scooch over. I just want to sit.
Yeah.
I just want to sit. I don't need to be, but I'll be like, do this, do that.
That would be an experience. Like if they could sell that, you get to sit in the draft room with Howie.
Right. And Howie's like high-fiving. I'm gonna be like, yeah.
You tackle Howie. They show it on ESPN. Yeah.
And the fan tackles Howie, and Howie loves it. But yes, so yes, there's a lot of draft content coming your way on the Edge of Philly Sports. Please make sure you join us. Honestly, want a quick shout out to everybody who joined us in the chat. Thank you, Dives, Dan, of course, Pat, who was watching the show. Apparently, somehow was able to stream the show on the big screen TV, so he's watching our beautiful faces there. Daniel, of course, always chiming in. Q just came in to talk to Dives apparently. And then Yeah, no, exactly. Steve, of course, Billy, thank you very much for your questions.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are gonna get out of here. But before we do, I got one more, maybe two more. I don't know. Let's see what happens.
If you get hurt at work, in a motor vehicle accident, personal injury, or affected by criminal law, you call David R. Cherry of the Cherry Firm. Cherry Law Firm is here to fight for you and get what you deserve. Cherry Injury Law is a dedicated, well-established personal injury law firm built on the promise of aiding the seriously injured throughout the state of Pennsylvania. If you have been seriously injured in the state of PA by the negligence of another, and if you have questions for a Westchester or Media personal injury attorney, please don't hesitate to call. Call 610-565-0300 or go to cherryinjurylaw.com. Let David R. Cherry fight for your right. And again, that number is 610-565-0300 or go to cherryinjurylaw.com.
There you go. So we got Philly Sports Trips, Sherry's Ticks, Cherry, not Sherry, but Cherry Injury Law. And then the last but not least, I have to throw in the Dolan's Bar ad. By the way, shout out to Dives for all the voiceover work.
Yeah, right?
Where was the call for me? I could at least, switch it up a little bit. I would have been glad.
When you're staying local and you want to watch a great game or just hang out with some great people, go to Dolan's Bar at 24 East Sellers Ave in Ridley Park, right off I-95 south of the Philadelphia airport. For over 65 years, Dolan's has thrived because of one reason: the amazing people of Philadelphia. Great music, great times, memorabilia, giveaways, great drinks, and great food. You never know when a former Philly sports icon walks through that door. You go to Dolan's at 24 East Sellers Ave, Ridley Park in the 19078. Tell PJ that EOP sent you. Go to dolansbar.com or follow them on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok.
Yeah, Dolan's Bar,
Sounds like
great,
we need to trip out
great
there.
bar there. Eric is, I don't know, you're not with us anymore. There you are. You're back.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't know.
You were spinning. But anyway, that's it for us. We're gonna head on out of here. Please join us for the second off-season roundtable for Eric and I. Who knows? Maybe we'll get somebody to come and join us. But we'll be doing it live somewhere. Maybe right here. But either way, we'll be having fun, having a few beers, talking about the draft. It'll be a good time. So we'll figure that out, send that out to you, and let you know. Other than that, please make sure you follow Edge of Philly Sports on all of the social media platforms: Facebook, X, YouTube, Twitch, whatever. And then, of course, anywhere where you find podcasts, you can find ours and all of the other shows on the Edge of Philly Sports. All right, Eric, we're out of here. Got anything to add before we pop on out?
No.
All right. Gotta love it. We will see you all next week. We'll talk about the draft this weekend. And then, of course, we'll see you next Monday and get ready for the draft, baby. 11 days. So for the Football Smack Talk show, I'm Ryan.
I'm Eric. Happy football, everybody. Only 143 days to go.
That's
But
not
only
bad.
11 until the draft.
Right. And then it'll be 132
Yeah.
days.
Yes. Yeah.
That's how
And by the
that
time
works.
we get there, we'll be fine, guys. We got this.
Yeah, it was only a couple of months. So,
Yeah.
All right, everybody. See you this weekend for the round table number 2 about the draft. Good night, everybody.